It's so funny. So funny. You stumble across people and you hear things, and sometimes the shit is just so ridiculous that you can't help yourself but have some sort of response. And this, what is she called? Princella, the Queen Maker. Huh. Okay. So your idea is that a woman is a queen if she just negates and disregards men and they stick to themselves. Like, how about this? Biologically, that's impossible. If you didn't have men, there would be, guess what? No women. Men and women go hand in hand. You got to have a man to give sperm to get a woman impregnated so that she can either have, a man or a woman, female or male child. It was a man that gave you that life spark. Okay. And then to hear you continuously go on about how you feel about yourself means that you're comparing yourself to a man on an ongoing basis. This is the funniest part. I mean, let's just listen to some of the madness. This shit is crazy.
I went over there. I didn't even say nothing, but they had a poll up, right? They had a poll up about how big Princella eggplant is. 12 inches, 15 inches, 20 inches. I got big dick energy, so I went over there and said I got 20 inches. I mean, I mean, I mean, call it like that's to me. To me, that's the equivalent of a duty. If calling me a duty head or some shit like that, right? Right? I don't. I don't. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful to themselves because as time goes on, right?
So let me get this straight. You don't find it disrespect that men think you are so fucking masculine that they said that they asked how big your dick was, and then you copped to it and said you had big dick energy. You can't have big dick energy because you don't have a dick. You have a vagina. You don't know what it's like to have a pair of balls. You have a uterus. Let's not confuse what you want to be with who you are. You gotta stay in the lane of, I would say, reality. And you're not. And I get it. Life hasn't been easy for you. But it's so funny when life ain't easy for you. You try to assume a masculine frame. How ladies will say, suck my dick. It's rare. You get a woman who says, they reference their private parts to a man in some kind of demonstrative way. They never say, lick my clit, suck my tits, right? They never say nothing like that. They'll say, suck my dick. Why? Why you want that? Like, think about it. On a man's side, that's another thing. Ain't no big pussy energy. Ain't no big titty energy. You see what I mean? That's how you reference yourself. That's your frame of reference. That's your example. That's your standard to set yourself by. The fact that you're even out here trying to be masculine or trying to outmasculate men is ridiculous. It's never going to go but so far because you are a woman. They're not trying to diminish you for what a woman is, but like forcing or being forceful or dominant on a man's level is not part of the program for you. You can't make a man do anything. But you gonna beat his ass? You know what I mean? Like, you not. Most of it is involved with his attraction or emotional, I would say, attachment to you. It's nothing about you forcing him. It's never going to be that for you. I know that you want it to be that way. It's just this is the real world we live in. This is a physical plane of existence we live on, not your plane of existence. But let's continue on.
As time goes on and the great things that I'm doing for the world, it ain't gonna do nothing but bring embarrassment upon themselves. It has already brought
the great things for the world. Interesting.
embarrassment upon them. But as time goes further or progresses further, it's really gonna bring embarrassment upon them, right? I mean, that's just what it is, right? But how you become at peace with yourself is to let go. Let go, relax, and
Hold on. She gets into some just extra external, like regular bullshit. It becomes very convoluted. She starts going on a mini rant about letting go. And of course, everybody should let go of the past and embrace the future. That goes without saying. No one would ever say don't do that. But let's just keep it a buck here. More women have a problem letting go of certain shit than men do. You know what I mean? And this is one of the things I always talk about and preach is change in your mind, your mentality, and your personality based on critical thinking rather than traumatic events. And this is a woman that has been through traumatic events. It's changed her mind. So she doesn't like men because in her mind, men are attached to trauma. This is how you haven't let go. Because I don't dislike women, even though I've experienced traumatic events due to certain women. I realize it's not all women. I realize that I made mistakes and chose wrong women and suffered the consequences of those mistakes. I made my bed, I slept in it, I deal with the fucking pain of it, and then that's it. I go forward. That's real. This shit she's doing, phony and fake. She's just doing it because that's what she has to do. And now she's going to go into how she's saying that she's free. She has no insecurities. This is a woman that clearly waited till she got older, got some money, got braces because her teeth were looking a little crazy. And even now in this video, is wearing contacts. But let me hear this.
is to let go. Let go, relax, and be free, right? See, I'm free, right? I'm free. I don't have no insecurities. You can't make me feel no way about me. You can't make me feel no way about my life experiences, right? They are what the fuck they are, right? They are what they are. And they don't speak no way about me. They don't speak any way about me. It's just an experience that I had. And it was something that I learned from that experience, right? And to get to this level of freedom, to get to this level of sanctity, right? It takes a high level of wisdom, right?
High level of trauma, more likely than not. That's what it sounds like to me anyway. But, you know, I digress.
It takes a high level of wisdom. Right? And I'm cool with that, right? I really am cool with that. Because it's like when I personally look back on my life, and I see all of the hell, because life was not easy for me, right? What I'm experiencing now, what I'm getting out of life right now, I deserve every ounce of every motherfucking ounce of what I get in this life. I have earned every bit of it.
Ooh, very important, that perspective right there. I deserve to have the best because I've been through shit. Is that right? You think just going through shit and getting your ass kicked in a couple times or more than a few times sound like means that now life owes you something? The world owes you something. Now I give you whatever you get is due to hard work, but that's all it's due to. Not you having going through shit. And that's a problem. A lot of women think strength is going through things. It's not. It's not. It's about taking and giving in the same measure. And not just pain, despair, and sorrow, but also compassion, understanding, and love as well. That's how that works. You think because you gave the right thing to the wrong person, that now you should be paid back in some kind of measure. Sorry. That's just not how it goes. Okay, now this is just part one. I'm gonna do another one because this is I want to say it's funny to me. Part of it is sort of comical, but then part of it is like kind of like, what the fuck? Like, who raised this girl? Like, who raised this woman? Like, you were young dealing with older men, 20 years some odd older than you, sometimes 30 years old, and expected that they were just going to do what? He's asking you for money, so he wasn't no rich dude. You just thought he'd be easier to manipulate, or because you were a young hot chick to him that you would have an in as far as like some sort of level of emotional manipulation or something like that. Come on, knock it off. You know what I mean? It's just crazy how many women listen to this and think that this is the gospel, the truth. And she said earlier in the video that why shouldn't women who are hurt gather in a place to be? Listen, by all means, have at it. But if you think that you guys getting into an echo chamber, just saying how bad men are because you were hurt by men is going to fix any problems other than you still being lonely and you still wanting a man, it's not. It's not at all. But all right, I'm out on this one. I'm going to come back with number 2. Because I still got to dissect more of this bullshit. I mean, it's a big shit cake you got to cut into. And it's tough like a steak. It's just crazy.